Yo, what's going on, gang? What's happening, everybody?
Relax and sit back. We back like cook crack. It's the LJ show. Get up. It's the LJ show. It's yo. We gonna be moving, vibing, sliding. Gonna be hating, debating. Ain't no faking. This is late night greatness. We gonna be moving, vibing, sliding. Gonna be hating, debating. Ain't no faking. This is late night greatness.
What's going on, y'all? Man, how everybody living, man? Talk to me. What's up? What's going on? Talking about you fighting them off. We back. Ayo. Nah, no chance. They could never find me, son. What's good, man? Talk to me. What's going on, gang? We in this bitch. Everybody can hear me, right? Moving, grooving, vibing, sliding. It's another day. Got Chris, Smackman, Vito, Space State, and Joe. Got some Hater University members in this joint. Marcus, welcome to the first ever live, my man. What's going on, gangster? Love from the Midwest. What's happening, man? What's up? How everybody living? How everybody weekend was, man? Talk to me, gang. Portland, Oregon in the bitch. Oh, hold on. It was just saying I was spiking the audio. Bronx in this joint. Lynn, another Hater University member, Portland, Oregon. Love from Wisconsin. What's going on? You hear from IG? Smackman219 with the first super chat. I appreciate you, my boy. Real one, gangster. These joints, we doing a restock soon. So obviously today we gonna dive into who's actually controlling the strait, because I feel as though everybody's talking but everybody's capping. And Thailand in this joint, what's going on? Alabama, Rhode Island. So Donald Trump, 12 hours basically morning, made this egregious tweet. And basically, that's a war crime in everywhere. But this is what he said word for word. The United States of America is in a serious discussions with a new and more reasonable regime. So you gotta wonder, what the fuck does that even mean? Because who's new? What you mean? It's the sun. Just because we haven't seen them, nobody's reasonable. What they talking about? My boy Base Elite with the super chat. I appreciate you. We locked in tonight. Smackman, welcome to Hater University. We ain't new this, we true this, man. Remember, negativity lead to positivity, gangster. Dustin Myers with the super chat. Real one. Peoria, LA in this shit. Hey, I love you too, Lynn. I appreciate the super chat. Orlando sliding. Love from DC. Come on, man. Let's get it. Now, great progress has been made, but for any reason the deal is not shortly reached, which it will probably be, if the Hormuz is not immediately open for business, we will conclude our lovely stay in Iran by blowing up and completely obliterating all of their electric generating plants, oil wells, Karg Island, and possibly all desalinization plants, which we purposely have not touched yet. This will be in retribution for our soldiers and others that Iran has butchered and killed over the old regime's 47-year reign of terror. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. Now, that right there, desalination plants, that's water. That's where you convert seawater into drinkable water. If you bomb something like that, war crime. We're known for committing war crimes because obviously Israel, that's all they was fucking doing over there in Palestine. But this is not a good look. I'll tell you that for sure. Base Elite, welcome to Hater University, my boy. I appreciate you pulling up and joining, gangster. Also, electric generating plants that's shutting off their, electricity, oil wells, and he's still talking about Karg Island, which we know Death mission. It's Vaughn. I appreciate the super chat, my boy. What's good? Man, right now, we're going to break down the Strait of Hormuz. And then we definitely going to talk about the ballroom. 100%. Because that shit was hilarious. Uncle Doug, I appreciate the super chat, my boy. Moving, grooving, vibing, sliding. All the way from New Orleans. I appreciate you pulling up. Gang, come on, man. We here. Said that makes no sense because Iran doesn't depend on desalinization as much as the rest of it. Man, he's just throwing out threats to the void at this point in time. That is something that I have learned as of recent. That's for sure. Now, Trump, obviously, he hasn't, I mean, my boy's in a blender. He don't know what the fuck he's talking about at this point in time. But then Caroline, now see, she came out and basically admitted to war crimes. And her interview was honestly off the fucking wall. Because, first off, she basically just straight up say, you know what? If you lie to us, you die. As you can hear here.
Of course, anything that they say to us privately will be tested, and we will ensure that they are being held accountable to their word. And if they are not, the president has laid out the military consequences that the Iranian regime will see if they don't hold true to the words that we are hearing privately behind the scenes. When the president says more reasonable, again, these folks are appearing more reasonable behind the scenes privately in these conversations than perhaps some of the previous leaders who are now no longer on planet Earth because they lied to the United States and they strung us along in negotiations, and that was unacceptable to the president, which is why many of the previous leaders were killed. So again, this is another historic opportunity for Iran to do the right thing, to rid themselves of their nuclear ambitions, and to come to a deal with this president and the administration. Or again, they will see the grave consequences of the United States Armed Forces, which they are continuing to see every day throughout this operation.
That's insane. Shorty literally just said out loud, hey, you know what? We felt as though they was lying. Negotiation was going on too long, so March for air, you guessed it. Death, nigga. Bomb. Straight to the upper room. Fuck is you gonna do about it? 585 in the building. What up, Smokey? Come on, man. Shout out to the town, my boy. Now, this was just the beginning of one of many gems. Because, here we go. The Strait, right? Come to find out, the Strait of Hormuz is actually open. But it's just not open to us. Basically, they was like, you know, other people can do business, but you guys, yeah, that's cooked. And so then they started talking about this whole 20 ships thing. Oh, we can get 20 ships. That's been approved. Come to find out, it's Pakistan ships. It's not even U.S. ships. So Trump talking about some gift ain't for us. Where's like, hold on, son. Wait, what the fuck is we talking about then? I mean, listen to what she's talking about.
During the Persian Gulf War, 1990, 1991, Arab countries paid for the vast majority of the cost of the war. Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, the UAE. Who's paying for the cost of this war? Will those Arab countries step up to do just that?
Well, I think it's something the president would be quite interested in calling them to do. I won't get ahead of him on that, but certainly it's an idea that I know that he has and something that...
Which immediately goes against everything that Iran's talking about, because Iran has basically said, we're not interested in negotiating. We will be if you guys completely leave, if we have complete control of the Strait, and on top of that, we're going to need reparations for all the shit you blew up. We understand we can't get the Ayatollah back, but nigga, what? I need something. Fuck is going on? Jerem, you're not late to the party, man. We just got started, gang. We about 10 minutes in for real. And Rubio, he out here basically begging now.
I think that...
Where he basically asks, he's like, man, we don't want you to fight back, son.
Have to take demonstrable steps towards ending any ambition of having nuclear weapons. If what they want is nuclear energy, there are multiple countries in the region that have or will soon have nuclear energy, and they're going to do it through a well-established mechanism that everyone else has agreed to, and that is that you allow imported fuel to you import the fuel, and that fuel is used to power up your power grid and provide energy resources for your people. What they cannot have is a system that allows them to quickly weaponize it. They have to stop making all of these drones and all of these missiles. We saw recently where they've lied. They said they didn't have.
How you gonna ask somebody you at war and currently bombing to stop making drones and missiles? Whoa. We know we at war. We know we bombing and killing you, but like, Why would you drone us back? Like, that's crazy. Wait, nigga, what? No, that's war.
Have long-range missiles, and then they fired two that extended well beyond the range of what their own foreign minister just a few days earlier said they didn't have the range to reach. So they have to abandon all these weapon programs and all of their nuclear ambitions. And if they do that, then Iran's future can be bright. But they have to choose that path, and for 47 years they've refused that path. I think they have to take demonstrable steps towards ending any ambition of having nuclear weapons. If what they want is nuclear energy, there are multiple countries in the region that.
Ocho, I appreciate the super. Oh, that. Let's celebrate their first super on live stream, man. I appreciate that, gang. Got the onset joint. That's hard. I ain't never seen nobody use that. Nah, he really do got some big ass ears. Giovanni, welcome to the first live, my boy. Hypocrisy on 1000. Nah, it's a fact. This shit is crazy. Unbelievable. Now, Donald, you know, when his old ass get to talking, shit could get real in the field. Mediocre warmongering, not for real. Now, listen to this bullshit he started talking about. We're going to get into this ballroom in a second. We're going to start breaking that shit down.
We'll see how it works out, but they're very good. Moving along very nicely. They've destroyed a lot of additional targets today. The Navy's gone, the Air Force is gone, we know that. But we destroyed many, many targets today. It was a big day. And we are negotiating with them directly and indirectly. We have emissaries, but we also are dealing directly. And as you know, they've agreed to send 8 boats 2 days ago, and then they added another 2, so it was 10 boats. And now today they gave us as a tribute, I don't know, I can't define it exactly, but they gave us, I think out of a sign of respect, 20 boats.
It's like, who's telling him that? And who's explaining it to him that it sounds like a gift? Like, it's like, I'm telling you, he living in a Truman Show where it's just like, they bring his old ass into a room and just like give him 3 minutes worth of just highlights and good praise. And they're like, man, just run with that shit today. And he does.
Of oil, big, big boats of oil going through the Hormuz Strait. And that's taking place starting tomorrow morning. Over the next couple of days, a lot of boats. And I would only say that we're doing extremely well in that negotiation, but you never know with Iran because we negotiate with them and then we always have to blow them up.
Insane to say out loud, especially knowing that you're the one that fucked over the negotiations. Like, we was negotiating, everything was copacetic, and the next thing you know, he's like, oh yeah, this is just bomb these niggas, man. Fuck it. BB the bomber said so. We gotta do what we gotta do. It's like, nigga, what world does this nigga live in?
Whether it's the B-2 bombers or just terminating, as an example, the Iran nuclear deal done by Barack Hussein Obama, probably the worst deal we've ever done as a country, one of the dumbest deals we've ever done. But I terminated it, unfortunately, otherwise right now they'd have a nuclear weapon. Then we did the attack with the B-2 bombers and we stopped them from having nuclear. And now we had to blow them up again. And we will probably, I think we'll make a deal with them, pretty sure.
He's just telling himself that we're going to make a deal. He has no fucking idea if a deal is really going to be reached. But he keeps on talking about we just blowing them up. But he acts like we not getting blown up in return. Where it's like, of course, America's not getting blown up. But like, we still don't even know how many people got hurt at the Saudi Arabia shit. Because they're just like, you know what? Let's just talk about something else. It's like, oh, wait, no. What the fuck is going on? Nigga, how many people died?
Whether it's possible, we won't. But we've had regime change. You look already because the one regime was decimated, destroyed. They're all dead. The next regime is mostly dead. And the third regime, we're dealing with different people than anybody's dealt with before. It's a whole different group of people. So I would consider that regime change. And frankly, they've been very reasonable. So I think we've had regime change. I mean, you can't do much better than that.
So now he's saying we have had regime change. Even though they still saying that the son is the one that's in control. Now, we know we have not heard from him. I have the same type of thoughts of BB the Bomber. I'm like, you know what? He probably hurt or dead. But the fact that we're just lying to ourselves is a little bit shocking. And in return, as he talks about blowing them up, we decided it would be a good idea to blow up a university. Because obviously the IDF then says, well, now trust us, bro. Underneath, underground, under the university, dangerous. They's gonna kill you. They have a whole entire bomb operation missile silo, which sounds exactly like Palestine and Gaza. The money eyes, diamond eyes. We're gonna go with diamond eyes. That's what it definitely is. I appreciate the super chat. Real one. Fluffy head. Haiti University member in this joint smack man. Seen Lisa joined up in here too. Nah, I'm telling you, bro. On the clock, gang. Did Trump get knocked down? Or he in the second round? I mean, who knows where we at now? Because, I mean, okay, so look. They're trying to say there's a whole entire university, but it's basically, that's IRGC University. Just trust us. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, they have no proof. But they use their AI renderings where they're just like, you know what? Hey, look at this. They have wind tunnels that they're going to send missiles out of. It's like, that people believe that? Like, what does niggas talk about? OC, I appreciate the super chat, my boy. I'm the real news. Keep up the amazing work. Trump is so hated by it. Man, we seen that with the No Kings protest. There was mad people. And so Dan Marco in this same shit, right? He tries to tell people, hey, I thought I made it clear what our objectives are. And it's like, no, you have not. But let's take a listen about these objectives.
This operation, okay, and that's what this is. It's about very specific.
Again, still not war. Somehow, us bombing them, sending troops on the ground, destroying everything is not an active war. This is all just a military operation.
Objectives. The president laid them out on the first night of the operation. I'll repeat them to you now because I hear a lot of talk about we don't know what the clear objectives are. Here they are. You should write them down. Number one, the destruction of their Air Force. Number two, the destruction of their Navy. Number three, the severe diminishing of their missile launching capability. And number four, the destruction of their factories so they can't make more missiles and more drones.
You see how that number 4 got added in there all of a sudden? And then he added, can't make more missiles or more drones. So basically, they can have no weapons. That's what they try to say. You can have machine guns, but if you have anything that could possibly hurt us, we can't have that. We're just like, what the fuck?
To threaten us in the future. All of this so that they can never hide behind it to acquire a nuclear weapon. That was our objective from the beginning. That remains our objective now. We are on pace and, in fact, ahead of schedule on some of those things, and we are going to achieve those things in a number of weeks, not in a number of months. This operation.
Before it was 2 weeks, but now we're already on 1 month of a war that's only in operation, supposedly. And then Trump gave them 48 hours, and then now it's going on 2 weeks with the Strait of Hormuz. So I'm starting to think that we actually have no control whatsoever. And then this man had the audacity to basically pot calling the kettle black, I'm pretty sure is what they used to call it back in the day. Because this shit right here is fucking insane to say out loud.
At the end of the day, I think that if there are people in Iran who now, given everything that's happened, are willing to move in a different direction for their country, that would be great. Imagine in Iran that instead of spending their wealth, billions of dollars supporting terrorists or weapons, had spent that money helping the people of Iran, you'd have a much different country. So we are always hopeful that that would exist over there. And at the
It's like he doesn't realize that we spend $997 billion a year on the military. I wish America would take that advice. Maybe shit would be like cool here when it comes to public transport. Maybe things would be a lot cleaner, a lot nicer. We could have a lot more, a transmutable type of city. But I guess that's not going to fucking happen. Now, the supposed to be 2,500 to 5,000 people, right? Well, troops have now gone onto the ground. And as we know now, when our boy pull up, you know he about to be talking cash shit, as always. And this time, he basically said, Ian, we're kidnapping y'all. If you want to come over here, y'all dying, and you getting kidnapped. So we'll put this warning out now, but don't be surprised when shit get real. And, I mean, are we going to take his advice? I doubt it. But, I mean, listen to bro. I got you. We always in the cut like Neosporin.
آمریکا بارها ایران را به عملیات زمینی و اشغال برخی از جزایر در خلیج فارس تهدید کرده است. شکی نیست. رئیس جمهور آمریکا با فشار سازمان تروریستی موساد به دلیل سوابقش در پرونده اپستین بازیچه دست نخست وزیر رژیم صهیونیستی در جنگ و تجاوز به ایران شد.
Even this man know that he's compromised by Epstein. That's fucking unbelievable.
رئیس جمهور آمریکا که معروف به دروغگوترین رئیس جمهور کشورهای جهان شده است و هیچ ثبات فکری و گفتمانی ندارد، به هیچ عنوان قابل اعتماد نیست و متاسفانه سران آمریکا به کسی اختیارات فرماندهی نیروهای مسلح را واگذار نمودند که به دلیل بی‌تعادلی، موضع‌گیری‌ها و تصمیمات خطرناک و غلط ارتش آمریکا را وارد باتلاق مرگ نموده است. رئیس جمهور آمریکا ثابت کرده تنها زبانی که میشناسد زبان زور است. در مقابل تهدیدهای اخیر ترامپ مبنی بر عملیات زمینی یا اشغال هر نقطه‌ای از سرزمین‌های ایران که البته آرزویی بیش نیست، اعلام می‌داریم رزمندگان اسلام مدت هاست در انتظار چنین اقداماتی به سر میبرند تا ثابت نمایند که تجاوز و اشغال نتیجه‌ای جز اسارت تحقیرآمیز و قطعه شدن و مفقود شدن متجاوزان را در بر نخواهد داشت.
That man said humility, dismemberment, and captivity. Dismemberment? I hear some shit like that. Boy, what? Yeah, I'm moving, grooving, vibing, sliding back to the crib. Gangster, send me home. I'm not getting dismembered for nothing, motherfucker. Lisa, I appreciate the super chat sent to a death trap. Nah, for real. That's exactly what we doing from niggas that's talking about they gonna dismember somebody. Jay Lou, appreciate you pulling up to the first live stream, man. Can you translate for us audio people only? Oh, my bad. Hell yeah. I never even thought about that. I never thought that people would just do audio. But basically, he was saying that Trump is a known-ass liar that's compromised by the Epstein files, and if you decide that you're going to actually send troops on the ground over here, we're going to kidnap you, we're going to kill you, and for some of y'all, you're going to get dismembered. And for me, as a, American civilian, not like I'm over there, nigga, what? I'm not going immediately. Fuck that. And so this is where the unhinged bullshit started yesterday. And then we can kind of work our way back. Because this nigga was talking some bullshit.
People like Trump or don't like Trump. I settled 8 wars, big ones. Some going on for 36 years, 32 years, 31 years, 28 years, 25 years. Some just getting ready to start, like India and Pakistan, where already 8 jets were shot out of the air. And I got it done in rapid order without nuclear weapons. I can't think of anybody in history that should get the Nobel Prize more than me. And I don't want to be bragging, but nobody else settled wars. Obama got the Nobel Prize. He had no idea why. He still has no idea. He walks around, he says, I got the Nobel Prize. Why did he get a Nobel Prize? He got it almost immediately upon attaining office, and he didn't do anything, and he was a bad president. So, I mean, you should get the Nobel Prize for every war you stopped. These were major wars. These were wars that nobody thought could be stopped. President Putin called me, and he said about 2 of the wars that he's been trying to stop them for 10 years. He wasn't able to do it. He couldn't believe it. So in theory, you should get the Nobel Prize for every war you stopped. Every one of them was major. But I don't care about that. What I care about is saving lives. I've saved tens of millions of lives. You know, the Prime Minister of Pakistan came here, and he made a very public statement. He said that President Trump saved minimum 10 million lives having to do with Pakistan and India, and that was going to be raging.
Bro say he does not care about it, but then consists to tell you for 2 minutes straight how much he cares about it and how really you should get a Nobel Peace Prize for every war you stop. And supposedly he stopped 8. Obviously an imaginary 8. And that man always just got Obama on the mind. If you're talking about Trump derangement syndrome, he cannot take it that Obama won a Nobel Peace Prize. And he has not. Kool-Aid, welcome to Haiti University, my boy. Come on, son. Don't forget, stay a Nicholas malfeasant and my festive feeling at all times, gang. Freshman year, you in this bitch. Not for real. About to get YouTube Premium just so there aren't ads on your stream. Yeah, my fault, bro. That they be cooking me. I looked in. There's nothing I can do. They play them shits regardless. But I would say YouTube Premium will be worth it because it's not like I'm not gonna be doing lives. I'm gonna be doing lives all the time now. So it's not like this shit going anywhere. So I would say it's worth it. Ever since I got YouTube Premium, I never turned back. I ain't gonna lie. Trump contradicts himself every sentence. This nigga just be on bullshit. It don't make no sense. And then Joe Kent, he was talking.
This week, President Trump will be under immense pressure to commit ground troops to the war in Iran. This would be a catastrophic escalation that will only result in more bloodshed and further escalate this disastrous war. It is critical that we, the people, have our voices heard. Contact the White House comment line. Contact the congressional switchboard, ask for your representative, ask for your senators. Respectfully tell them that we do not support putting any boots on the ground in Iran. This is how we, the people, can have our voices heard. It's critical that we...
I be hearing that, but I don't really be hearing that, though. Like, who gonna call? And who's answering? You know what I'm saying? Like, I get what you saying. But like, the White House comment line. Do you really think there's somebody on the other side? Like, let's listen to people's comments from America. No offense, but nigga, no. Motherfuckers don't listen to their own people. Why they gonna listen to a White House comment line? That's the same thing as like, call your people. I'm like, they gonna do whatever the fuck they want to do. There's no, what you talking about? Basically, I appreciate the super chat. He got, I'm telling you, Obama's derangement system. Dead ass. That shit is crazy. Unbelievable. Oh, and see, this was another proof. Nah, Joe definitely isn't hot, man. He in the color like peroxide like a motherfucker. Now, this was another... This is video, like right now, of the Strait of Hormuz.
Now, 30 days into the U.S.-Israeli war on Iran, still Iran maintains the control of the Strait of Hormuz. Maybe you would see that some news agencies say that the Strait of Hormuz is shut down. No, it is under control. And as Iranian officials kept saying that it is open for allies and friends and those who are not involved in this war, but it is absolutely closed to the U.S. and Israeli regimes and their allies. And those countries, they let their soil to be used on attacks on the Iranian nation. This strait is closed for them. Now, 30 days into the U.S.
So here you go. It's a fact. There's 100% open for everybody else other than us and fucking Israel. And one of the funniest things, bro, that I've seen is that Israel, they so bad at reading the room that they think the Netanyahu trend is a good thing for them. This is actually 2 minutes of your time that's worth watching because honestly, the dude that started the trend is fucking hilarious. But listen, these people are so stupid. They don't know when they getting made fun of. Like, you know how, like, that's a certain type of dumb.
Yahoo? Well, apparently that is the nickname given to Prime Minister Netanyahu by teens and young adults on social media. The new viral trend is to use Netanyahu as a sort of savior when you're in a situation you don't really feel like being in. Take a look at some of these examples.
Benjamin Netanyahu! I'm 40 miles away from the supercharger! Please, Mr. Netanyahu, help me! Netanyahu! Save me! Save me! Benjamin Netanyahu! Beat this car up! And my life is yours! Netanyahu! Save us! Netanyahu! Benjamin Netanyahu! great state of Israel!
Benjamin Netanyahu! If you could please remove the check engine light from my vehicle, I will pledge my allegiance to the great state of Israel!
Benjamin Netanyahu, if you can hear this, please, Benjamin Netanyahu, blow up the kid in Walmart that laughed at me, please.
Okay, here's the deal. In general, the underlying tones, they are negative. But whether it's positive or negative, the truth is it's humorous. People are finally having a laugh at something that has to do with Israel. And honestly, it feels like a breath of fresh air.
A breath of fresh air? What? How? Oh, you know what? It may be a little bit negative. But you know what? It's okay. Because it's not that bad. You know? It's not terrible. It's like, nigga, yes it is. People are literally saying you control our whole entire country and that Netanyahu could just change anything at any point in time. And they really feel like that. Obviously it's a joke, but low-key is dead ass. And then we take a look here at Iran's missiles and their entire air force being depleted as we keep on claiming victory. So yeah, I mean, it looks to me that Iran is doing just fine in the military department. And then Pope Leo, he basically is telling us that we're going against God. And so that can't be good. But obviously Caroline says that nobody gives a fuck because she's like, oh, you know, look back at our founding fathers and it was all off Judeo-Christian principles. It's like, no, the fuck. It was not. What the fuck is we talking about with that?
Leo dedicated his Palm Sunday homily to the insistence that God is the, quote, King of Peace who rejects violence, saying, brothers and sisters, this is our God, Jesus, King of Peace, who rejects war, whom no one can justify to use war. He does not listen to the prayers of those who wage war, but rejects them, saying, even though you make many prayers, I will not listen. Your hands are full of blood. As leaders on all sides of the Iran war have used religion to justify their actions, U.S. officials, especially Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, has invoked their Christian faith to cast the war as a Christian nation trying to vanquish its foes with military might.
He literally said, I don't understand why y'all doing all that praying for. You're waging war. That doesn't work, dickheads. Sean Lewis, I appreciate the super chat. My favorite news outlet. Bought all the merch. I appreciate that, gang. That means a lot. Need some news on? That shit is coming soon. I got you. It's going to be a spring drop in April. And we're going to be moving, grooving, vibing, sliding. And we're going to see moving, grooving, vibing, sliding in that shit. Trying for class, but present. What up, Nikki? Nah, Cam class prez, he been MI. Nah, yeah, Cam. Whenever Cam get in here, he start wilding. That's for sure. He definitely be having some messages he needs to send. So, now let's get to the gems of Caroline Levitt and all the bullshit she had to say today.
Result: President Trump issued a 10-day pause to postpone planned strikes on Iranian power plants and energy infrastructure. This remains a truly once-in-a-generation opportunity for the regime to make a good deal with the United States, permanently abandon their nuclear ambitions, and stop acting as the world's leading state sponsor of terrorism.
So these are just things I want you to remember, right? So it's 48 hours, now it's 10 days, right? And so then now it's going to keep on getting pushed back over and over and over again until we either just start striking shit or they say, oh, we just can't negotiate with them. We're done negotiating, which you never know. Where the merch at? There should be some in my bio that you can still get unless my team has it like not being able to get bought right now. I don't know. Then she started talking this bullshit.
Posted this morning about, his threat that on leaving Iran, he said we might blowing up and completely obliterating all of their electric generating plants, oil wells, Harg Island, and possibly all desalinization plants. Under international law, striking civilian infrastructure like that is generally prohibited. Why is the president threatening what would amount to potentially a war crime with the U.S. military? And how do you square that with the administration repeatedly saying that the U.S. does not target civilians?
Look, the president has made it quite clear to the Iranian regime at this moment in time, as evidenced by the statement that you just read, that their best move is to make a deal, or else the United States Armed Forces has capabilities beyond their wildest imagination, and the president is not afraid to use them. That's not what I said, Garrett. And you're saying the word potential for a reason, because I'm sure some experts are telling you that in your ear.
No, bitch, because that's what it said in the tweet. She be confused, man. She's a different. I mean, she's very good at her job because she needs to just go up there and spew bullshit and make the optics and everything sound good. But it's like, how do you just wear a cross and go up there and lie? Like, that shit don't be burning into your chest. Of like, holy shit, I'm literally breaking basically sin number fucking 1.
Well, that's part of the ongoing process that's taking place. And the ongoing negotiations, of course, anything that they say to us privately will be tested, and we will ensure that they are being held accountable to their word. And if they are not, the president has laid out the military consequences that the Iranian regime will see if they don't hold true to the words that we are hearing privately behind the scenes. When the president says more reasonable, again, these folks are appearing more reasonable behind the scenes privately in these conversations than perhaps some of the previous leaders who are now no longer on planet Earth because they lied to the United States.
And that's when she gets into the lying shit again. But that's the thing, is like, who are these people you talking to then? Because, the private people we talk to are private, it's much different. Well, the people that's on camera that seem like they're leading things say they're going to dismember us and say they want all the smoke and say the Strait of Hormuz is theirs and say that we owe them reparations. So I feel like there's a conflicting message that's going on there that maybe you guys should probably, look into at some point in time, because, like, I don't know, it's a big fucking problem. Kool-Aid fan, I appreciate the super chat, my boy. You definitely keep me updated on real shit. I appreciate that, boy. Man, I'm gonna keep going, man. Moving, grooving, live and sliding. We got motion like the ocean. Every day, we keep on taking steps towards building this Hater University and Hater News Network out. And so, I appreciate all of y'all that tune the fuck in. And see, it's crazy to me remember how we talked about the landmines, right? And how basically that's illegal. That's another war crime. You just you're flying, you're sending landmines down into civilian areas. People could literally just get blown the fuck up. And so as soon as they ask about that, that's when she gets into defensive mode / we're caught red-handed.
On one question on landmines, there's been some reporting that American-made landmines have been spotted on the ground in Iran. Did President Trump sign off on using U.S.-made landmines in Iran?
I don't have any comment on that report today.
AKA, yes. We haven't really been able to get a sufficient answer of why we would do some illegal shit like that. But when we get one, I'll get back to you on that. And it's like, man, what the fuck? I got you saying moving, grooving, vibing, sliding all the time now. That's what I'm talking about, gang. I love to hear that. Keep up the good work. PS 110 in the Bronx. Man, Penn, I appreciate that, my boy. Real one. And see, then Marco, he started bitching about NATO, right? Where they're so upset that the European countries haven't came to our ally, even though we said we didn't need them. But now we're realizing how much of a bitch Iran is to deal with, and they're like, wait, well, this isn't a good deal for us. Well, they'll help when it makes sense. We don't have a false flag right now to stand on, where 9/11, that's the only time NATO's ever been used like that. And who was the one that used it? Us. And did they come and help us out? Yeah. More than fucking Israel did. What did Israel do? Nothing. 0 troops on the ground. Where it's like, what are we even talking about?
And I've been a big supporter of NATO. And one of the reasons why I've been a supporter of NATO is because I believe that these basing rights give us leverage and give us flexibility and operational capability all over the world. But if NATO is just about us defending Europe if they're attacked, but them denying us basing rights when we need them, that's not a very good arrangement. That's a hard one to stay engaged in and say this is good for the United States. So all of them's going to have to be re-examined.
Like, what do you not understand? That they all also took note that once shit hit the fan, Middle Eastern countries, West Asian countries, sorry, that yet let us use their base, start getting bombed to fucking hell. Because that means they on our side of the war. This is not no military option to the rest of the world. This is war, and they watching this shit. And it's like, what world is we living in there? Niggas is tweaking. Because look.
Fail that we are dealing with a 47-year-old regime that still has a lot of people involved in it who aren't necessarily big fans of diplomacy or peace.
And if it fails, the war expands?
What's that, I'm sorry?
If it fails, the war expands?
Well, the war is about this operation, okay, and that's what this is. It's about very specific objectives. The president laid them out on the first.
He knows it's a war. If people start dying and you over, how you over there? How you over somewhere for a month straight and it's not a war? Like, in what world is that not a war? I feel like 9 times out of 10, that's a war. That's a long period of time to be somewhere. And so then, here we go. This was Iran's basically only official response to all of this. And you can see, watch, this nigga, he is not fucking around with his demands. This is not like a, oh, whatever, we gonna get through this. Fuck, no, it's not. I'll try, for the audio people only, I'll try to read this at the same time.
Then, after several months.
Oh, never mind. We got an English person that's translating. Beautiful.
You recall they started the war again. And you may remember that Benjamin Netanyahu had a phone call with Mr. Putin a couple months ago. And he said to Mr. Putin that Israel does not intend to attack. And Mr. Putin conveyed this message to Iran. So Netanyahu didn't keep his word. Even after giving their word to Mr. Putin, they still attacked us. On the other hand, Trump has invited us to negotiate, but they have attacked us 2 times during negotiations. So, a sustainable peace to start negotiations is our first condition. The second is that the aggressor should be known and should be punished. The third is that they should pay compensation and reparations for the damage caused by the war. Some of the things that they did, such as the killing of the supreme leader, cannot be compensated. But the material damage, they should pay reparations for. The next point is that the sanctions should be lifted. They must recognize our right to peaceful nuclear energy. These are the conditions that Iran has today. So anytime they meet these conditions, we can start negotiations, because Iran is not looking for war. But at this very moment, as we are talking to each other, we cannot see that these conditions are being met.
One thing we should know by now is the U.S. does not pay reparations to anybody other than Israel. Because we know they just voted on the slavery reparations, and the only 3 countries that said no, us, Israel, and Argentina. Surprise, motherfucking surprise. Now, this sounds like there's really no negotiations being made, because you have Trump with this 15-point plan, and then you have this guy with basically a 5-point plan, and none of these 5 points are on this 15-point one that I've heard. And none of the shit that Marco's talking about are on these points either. So I don't know what niggas is talking about. You said peaceful nuclear energy. Is there such a thing? Well, technically, yeah, we all have peaceful nuclear energy right now. You can use nuclear energy to do more than just create weapons, but we just choose to create weapons. But you can also have peaceful nuclear energy while having nuclear weapons, where all the nuclear powers basically are never at war with each other. They may be in competition with each other, but they're never actually fighting each other, because they know we both got nukes. If it get real, we can both send that shit and we can end this whole entire world right now. Meet me. Let's bang out. What's good? And so that's one of the keys to becoming a first world country in today's society, is if you can get a nuke, people stop fucking with you. Perfect example being Kim Jong-un in North Korea. T3223, I appreciate the super chat, my boy. Am I gonna do a show in Boston? I hope so. I think my manager, he's figuring out if I have like enough people in that demo, like in fans in Boston to do a show there. But at some point in time, I'm gonna hit every city. But I just don't know about like on that first leg of the tour. We still waiting to see. We're going to get back to the Yukon shit in the later part of the show because that was absolutely hilarious. But we'll continue with the news right now. And this was very eye-opening.
Right now.
Because we're talking about the Strait, and then Russia has this deal with Cuba with oil. And we are the country that controls Cuba, right? Especially with their oil and how it comes in and out. And Putin basically pulled our card and was like, nah, we're sending oil to Cuba and you ain't gonna do nothing about it. And you're not gonna touch that boat. And if you touch that boat, you already know what's up. It's up. We can get it on, nigga. Like, it's gonna be time for that. And so listen to her response.
Thank you. You listed the described humanitarian reasons for allowing that oil tanker to reach Cuba. Just to clarify, why was the administration okay with Russia sending that oil to Cuba and not other nations?
Look, this was a decision. It'll continue to be made on a case-by-case basis for humanitarian reasons or otherwise, but there's been no firm change in our sanctions policy.
President Sheinbaum of Mexico also said that Mexico is exploring different ways to restart some of those shipments to Cuba. Is the administration okay with that at this time?
Again, no change in our sanction policy. We still reserve the right to seize vessels if it's legally applicable that are headed towards Cuba and that violate the United States sanction policy. But of course, the president and the administration also reserve the right to waive those seizures on a case-by-case basis.
AKA, Putin got us in a chokehold, and Trump is Putin's bitch. Because he pulled his card expeditiously. He's like, nigga, go, what are you going to do? What are you talking about? I'm sending oil to Cuba. And you not going to do nothing about it. And Trump, like a good little bitch, he ain't do shit about it. And now Cuba's probably very happy with what they got from Russia. Armani, I appreciate you. My dog. Real nigga. Tuning in, too. You real one for that. She 28 going on 52. Yeah, gold digging Levitt. Gold digging, that's never going to age you quick because she's married to somebody that's like 60. And so he old as fuck. She obviously going to be old as fuck. You know she waiting for him to kick the can. For sure. Now, as usual, we started to, release these videos of us blowing shit up again. And you got to wonder, these are just vehicles driving. And they say every single one of them has missiles, which, could be true, possibly true. We don't know which ones are drawings, but at the end of the day, could we just please stop using the word obliterated? I'm so tired of that. Because obliterated really used to have meaning. Like, when you obliterate it, that shit is cooked. It's over. Nothing. It's done for. Margin for error, you guessed it. Death. You can't obliterate something more than once. We've obliterated these niggas like 7 different times. Really, JW, what's going on, gang? How you living? Shit. What'd you miss? We kind of just been covering a little bit of everything that's going on with the Strait of Hormuz and the latest moves being done there. And then Caroline and Marco the Narcos conversation that they decided to have. And so then we got some footage from the inside the USS Gerald Ford, which is literally our biggest aircraft carrier, that in a way went AWOL because supposedly they had already been on the ship for 11 months and all of a sudden they're like, oh, you're about to go to the Middle East and be possibly deployed. And the niggas was like, no, we're not. Start a fire in the laundry room, which can be seen here, which obviously got into the bunkers and got into different shit. And now this ship is cooked for the next 2 years. No one died. There were supposed to be some people that got sick, coughing disease, that type of shit. Had to get seen at the hospital. But to me, this is very telling of how American troops feel about going to die for Israel. They are willing to sabotage their own ship and basically burn that bitch just so they do not have to go to war and risk their lives for another motherfucker. And the people they're risking their lives for are sick individuals. Because what did they do today, people? They passed a new law that they can finally start hanging their prisoners. And look how happy these people are to vote through the death penalty. Like, this is not a healthy society.
בעד חוק עונש מוות 62.
So I'll read these captions. So we don't gotta listen to that bullshit language. In support of the death penalty law, 62, 48 opposed, 1 abstainer. I hereby declare the death penalty law passed in the second and third hearing. These motherfuckers is about to pop champagne, and the law will be included in the book of the laws of the state of Israel. They're like, yo, you cannot pop champagne when we're about to kill a bunch of people. Life has sustained us and brought us to this moment. The people of Israel live, and everyone else will die, because this is a sick society. Shorty's on the verge of tears passing something that they now have the ability to kill people. And Ben Guyver is very excited about that, as you can imagine, because he has his own little hanging executionary room already. Where it's like, nigga, what? 82nd Airborne land on Carr Island yet? No. What up, Greta Berry? Greta Berry? I think that's what it is. You missed about like an hour, bro. But, you know, you ain't missed much. We still back like cook crack. Smack man, I appreciate the, what the hell? Retracted? I don't know how that got retracted. I don't know what happened about that. But I appreciate the super chat, my boy. Then in Trump, in his, usual best form, I'm going to do an Instagram video on this a little bit later, because he pardoned a home operator, Joseph Schwartz. I'm not going to say, what Joseph is, but he's Jewish. I'm just saying. And fraud, $39 million, 3 months into his sentence. 3-year prison term for $39 million, where it's like, even that, 3 years of their life for $40 million doesn't sound too bad. And how much has his victims got? $0. So that should tell you everything we need to know.
I think...
And then AI BB, he did do like a type of interview, but I mean, just look at the camera and how weird this shit is, where, as usual, again, it looks like they're not even actually in the same room together. But this is him announcing out loud that the whole entire goal of this war currently is so that they will be the main source and all energy pipelines will go to them. Now listen to this. But also watch his hands and shit like that, as you can see, as far as like, this is clearly a green screen of some sort.
Post-war, there are things that I hear from the Arab countries and from in the United States as well. And I think these are interesting ideas to divert all the energy pipelines, oil and gas, from the Gulf, where the Iranians have a geographic choke point, westward, to across Saudi Arabia, to the to the Red Sea, and up there to the Mediterranean ports, our ports in Israel, and therefore you just get around the geographic choke point.
And so he's admitting, him or his, body double, got a little mask on, whatever, is admitting that they're trying to basically make themselves the main attraction. Now, here's this dude, Ben Guyver. He's the one that I was just talking about that is super excited about passing this death penalty. And you have to wonder where it's like, wait a second, like, how are we still supporting this, and why are we still sending our funding to some crazy ass bullshit like this?
At a time when global attention is focused on the conflict with Iran, Israel's National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir has threatened executions by hanging against Palestinian detainees accused of killing Israelis. Ben-Gvir has long pushed for the death penalty and is now seeking to advance legislation formalizing the measure in the Knesset.
I am dying to execute the terrorists. Death penalty for terrorists.
The Knesset's National Security Committee has already approved the bill, which would introduce capital punishment for Palestinian prisoners convicted of nationalist or security-related killings.
The UN states, party to the Geneva Conventions and the Human Rights Council, must pressure Israel to block this law and condemn measures targeting prisoners, including ill treatment and collective punishment.
The concern over the law lies in its mandatory nature, which removes judicial discretion and would require execution with 90 days. The move comes amid ongoing concerns over the treatment of Palestinian prisoners under international law. Human rights groups have reported deaths in custody in Israeli prisons, while Palestinian authorities say at least 89 Palestinian detainees have died since October 7, with their bodies still being held. Palestinian families have expressed growing fears over the fate of their imprisoned relatives as the proposed law continues to progress in Parliament. It has raised serious questions over violations of the right to life. It puts international law under scrutiny once again when it comes to Israel and its continued disregard for human rights.
And that's the country that we support. Understand how insane that is? A dude saying out loud that he just wants to kill people that are accused. Nigga said accused of murder. Hey, Steve, I appreciate the super chat. Got put DMV Chinese food top 3. That carry out fire. What was the order? What'd you get? And I don't know. I can't lie. I've never had no DMV Chinese. So I'm going to have to, I'm going to believe you, but I don't know. You said go live on Kick. It ain't no ads. I think I'm going to start going live on Twitch, but once I build up this community more, like I want to have a consistent, at least like 500 to 1,000 people in here. Like how many people we got in here now? 375. That's pretty good. Like where I feel like I got to do a better job of promoting and being consistent on like exactly the same time. I have been consistent with the 5:30, but I got to be consistent like with the days. Definitely every single Monday at 5:30 we going live, unless I'm going somewhere. But listen to Netanyahu's more cap of this way. He keep on saying that Iran tried to kill President Trump, but it's like, when? Wouldn't that be major news in our country? Where it's like, hold on, what?
Look, if you remember what happened before the war, Iran was the great bully of the Middle East and the world. It was the prime sponsor of state terrorism across many continents, including in the Western Hemisphere, including, by the way, with Venezuela and with others. And they killed and maimed more Americans than any other force in recent decades. Thousands and thousands killed and maimed in Afghanistan by Iranian IEDs. They bombed your embassies. They tried to kill President Trump twice. They're still trying to kill him. Yeah. Most importantly is they chant death to America. They also say death to Israel, but they say America is the great Satan. They're religious zealots.
You see that weird camera shit? Like, look at his thumb. Like, that doesn't happen with normal interviews. Like, he's interviewing from somewhere else, or he's dead and somebody else is doing it, and they're just, like, using the AI voice and shit. It doesn't make any sense at all. In this whole, they tried to kill him. Nigga, when? Who? What the fuck are you talking about? Get the likes up, like the video, chat. I appreciate that, OG Cliffy. I don't know. I think that probably helps out, like, pushing it to more people. So, hell yeah, do that. ESO, my boy, I appreciate the super chat, bro. Keep pushing out the real. Appreciate you vibing and sliding. I appreciate you moving and grooving in the chat, gang. That's real. And I seen somebody talk about the Greater America. Yeah, isn't that shit unfucking believable? Hold on. Basically, like, oh, we heard you did Greater Israel, so now we're gonna do Greater North America because, you know.
That is why President Trump has drawn a new strategic map from Greenland to the Gulf of America to the Panama Canal and its surrounding countries. At the Department of War, we call this strategic map the Greater North America. Why? Because every sovereign nation and territory north of the equator, from Greenland to Ecuador and from Alaska to Guyana, is not part of the global South. It is a security perimeter in this great neighborhood that we all live in. Each one of these countries border either the North Atlantic or the North Pacific. Each one of these countries sits north of the two basic geographic barriers that exist in this region, the Amazon and the Andes Mountains. This is basic geography that we don't teach in schools as much as we should. And it restores our north-south relations, and we must get it right. In the north, the United States must enhance posture and presence in cooperation with you and our sovereign partners to defend our shared immediate security perimeter. In the south, meaning south of the equator, the other side of this great neighborhood, we will strengthen partnerships through increased burden sharing. This will enable you to take your greater role to defend the South Atlantic and the South Pacific, and to secure critical infrastructure and resources in partnership with us and other Western nations.
Motherfuckers literally, they're trying to say that sooner or later, if shit keeps on hitting the fan, niggas gonna try to take over. It's not even, he already said, Cuba's next. Then let's get into this ballroom that he had to finally admit. He was very pissed that he had to finally admit this. Because he kept on pitching it as like, this is gonna be a beautiful ballroom. This is for the people. But now, because of a lawsuit, come to find out, they're building, not just adding on, they're building a massive military complex underneath this ballroom.
Now the military is building a big complex under the ballroom, which has come out recently because of a stupid lawsuit that was filed. But the military is building a massive complex under the ballroom, and that's under construction, and we're doing very well. So we're ahead of schedule. That's part of it. The ballroom essentially becomes a shed for what's being built under the military, including from drones and including from any other thing. The glass on the windows, you see the big windows, the glass is extremely thick. It's high-grade bulletproof glass, so all of the windows are bulletproof. I think the Times wrote, gee, some of the windows are fake. We have no fake windows. They said, they talked about a stairway in the south. We don't have a stairway in the south. That was replaced a long time ago. But this is a view of it from the north, and that's, if you see it, it fits in with the White House. It's almost a twin to the White House. It's something we just wanted to pay tribute to the White House.
So now all of a sudden he's wanting to play tribute to it. Now it's interesting because he's the one that just exposed this. Whereas like, I don't know who would have made the lawsuit public or who would have broke the story, which they probably could have broke the story. So instead he just got ahead of it, where they already have a shelter. So if you're building a military complex underneath, most likely you don't plan on leaving this motherfucker. Then also saying, oh, it's to get out drones as well. So it's like, okay, so you're having missile capabilities, or is there some sort of EMP that will be set up around where like a certain area will just kill electronics or missiles around it and make them fall? I don't know. But to build a ballroom that big, but then when Trump says something's massive, pause, then, nigga, it's over. Like, you're done. Like, that's gonna be a big-ass fucking... This man has towers and shit. This thing is cooked. It's over. So, to me, I'm definitely leaning towards this man is 100% building a forever home. And then Caroline, she tried to play it off like it was some sort of joke that, oh, you guys found out about it, he, ha, ha. It's like, wait, he, ha, nah, this shit ain't funny. It's like Cyberpunk, Fallout, Idiocracy. Nah, for real. Divine, hi, are you strictly viewer supported? Yeah, basically, in a way. Like, because you guys view my stuff, YouTube pays me, and because you guys view my thing, Facebook pays me. But that's it, though. And then obviously, like, your super chats and people joining the Haiti University, that type of stuff. So everything helps. But not yet. It's not like I'm like, I talk too much shit about Israel, so it's not like I'm with like a CNN or a Fox News or like any of these news things. I don't. Yeah, like, I be talking a little bit too crazy and a little bit too vulgar for them to platform me. So I just be, you feel me, doing this shit for the love of the game. And you know, Facebook actually pays pretty well. Surprisingly, I had no idea people still even scroll on Facebook. But now I was scrolling on their reels. I'm like, oh, these shit's alright. I understand why people would do that.
Tell us more about this massive military complex underneath the president's new ballroom.
I cannot tell you more about that, actually, as a matter of fact. However, the military is making some upgrades to their facilities here at the White House, and I'm not privy to provide any more details on that at this time. Go ahead.
So that's insane. For her to like joke around and think that's like, no, like that's no, hold on. What the fuck is going on? Because it doesn't make any sense.
There's another one. Excuse me, wait. I thought I'd do this now because
he
it's
loves
easier.
showing
I'm so
this shit
busy
off.
that I don't have time to do this. But I'm fighting wars and other things. But this is very important because this is going to be with us for a long time, and it's going to be, I think it'll be the greatest ballroom anywhere in the world. It's the highest level. Same height, exact height, if not higher, same height as the White House, exactly the same height. And if you look, you have the White House over here, you have this, and that's a duplicate of the wall, so it pays total homage.
Nigga talking about paying homage. We know for a fact nobody give a you. We know you do not give a fuck about no paying homage to the White House. You just trying to build a big ass crib so you can never go nowhere. Did we put boots on the ground? Yes, supposedly, like not on the ground in Iran per se, but we put some boots on the ground in Saudi. That base got attacked. We put some boots on the ground in Dubai supposedly that also got attacked. And so. Shit, I mean, them niggas basically are not waiting for us to put boots on the ground. They are shooting first, asking questions later. And now President Trump is building the Presidential Liberty, set to be built in the heart of Miami. The project is expected to become one of the tallest buildings in Miami, Florida, and will feature a full museum experience, including exhibits such as fighter jets, the retired Air Force One, and many more. This nigga's a dictator, bro. Every single thing that he does points to dictator, where he needs his name on everything. He needs his picture everywhere. This is fucking ridiculous. Brandy Hill, welcome to Haiti University. I appreciate you pulling up freshman year. Don't forget, man, negativity leads to positivity, Brandy. I ain't gonna lie to you. Let's take a look. Of course, they gotta use some stupid ass epic music. I mean, immediately. Obviously, this is all AI rendered. But I mean, what the fuck? It's like he just looked over at Dubai and the Empire State Building. He was like, you know what? I need to make me one of those. You see how his face and there's always videos him on the side? This nigga's a narcissistic dictator. Wait a second. Hold on. Wait a second. We gotta do a diversity count. Diversity count on the AI. Diversity count on the AI. Let's see if they used one other race. Diversity count on the AI. We have 0 people of color. Hold on. Nope. So they just said good-looking white people dressed up outside of, and they probably put this image of a render, and they're like, all right, put the guests there. But 0 people of color. No surprise there. But, I just like to do a diversity count. Always interesting to me. I mean, look at this. What the fuck? And he has his name on it. And then look. He's going to have a plane in that bitch. Just think about the optics of trying to fucking do this. The Donald J. Trump Presidential Library. And you can only imagine who is paying for this. How much is this costing? Is this just out of his crypto that he just stole from everybody? He's going to have random jets. And of course, like I said, a big-ass statue. Is that his fight? Is that his fight shit? Does this not look dictatorship to you? This man is a wannabe dictator. This shit is fucking insane. There's nothing normal about this. Not even President Xi is pulling shit off like this. Kim Jong-un. Like, there it is. Diversity count again. Nope. 0 black people. Okay, all right. Now, what the fuck is this? This is not part of the Miami building. Now all of a sudden we're in the White House renderings. Oh, this is the new ballroom. I wonder if you're going to show the military complex. Maybe this is part of this Miami thing. This is fucking insane. And okay, now we have the White House once again, all white people. It looks like the bushes. We have some AI bushes. And okay, the Donald J. Trump Presidential Library and Museum. Because nothing says I'm not a dictator like building a humongous, tallest building in almost America and putting it all about yourself. And then just putting an Air Force One plane in there. Fighter jets. Wow. Yeah, I gotta wonder. I mean, who's paying for that? So, well, got myself a new video to make once this live stream is over. Because, I mean, what the fuck is that? Got a question. What the fuck's going on with that? Scuff mark on the foot. Nah, for real. No Latinos. I don't know. They made sure that there was no people of color. That was an AI whiteout. Let's take a. You know what? Let's find out. I guess. Let's take a look at Let's see where our money's going here. Who's paying for this? I gotta know. That's not how you spoke. Trump Library Miami cost. Let's take a look. Okay, so this was in November 2025. Trump plans on raising $1 billion to build his presidential library in downtown Miami. The foundation is expected to receive more than $50 million this year in funds stemming from Trump's settlement with the media companies. So he's going to get some settlements. And he's like, okay, all of a sudden, now I'm going to build the biggest building in the United States. And it's going to be all about me. Dime my eyes. I appreciate the super chat. Looks like small d, lowercase energy. You ain't lying about that. No motherfucking cap. And, I mean, this is, so that's $1 billion. When you say raised, though, right? Like, who the fuck is paying for that? And then the debate continues over legality of land transfer. So he already has the land. A prime piece of Miami real estate is at the center of contentious debates in South Florida. And quite owned by Miami-Dade College and has a conservative financial worth estimated at $67 million, with commercial potential exceeding estimates of $300 million. In September 2025, the board voted quietly and unanimously to donate the prime piece of real estate to the state. That same day, Florida Attorney General James tweeted publicly that the land would be used as a presidential library. So basically just stole land. And now they're going to build a $1 billion library. All about President Trump with his name on it. Dreaded, I appreciate the super chat. Think about it. If he never leaves, the files will never come out. Man, I'm moving to Jamaica, tired of this shit. Jamaica's a very nice place. I love Jamaica, but I'm also one of them people like, live in Jamaica 24/7 is like, damn, bro, I don't know if I could do that. Like, that's the one thing. Like, I really do like America. Because there's, like, just certain American shit you can do at all times. But there has to be better options out there. I love me Jamaica for a nice vacation. But, like, living there, I'm like, damn, son. So look at that. As you can see, even on the news right now, there's nobody's talking about the renderings yet. And so that means we're clearly one of the first news stations here, y'all, and the 380 people that are in here with us to talk about these renderings. So as always, we was fucking early. Now you gotta wonder, heavy strikes rain down on Iran. That's not good for them whatsoever. Oh yeah, shit is definitely blowing up over there. You say high as fuck watching politics, how you get here? Cause man, you know what I'm saying? You like being entertained while you getting high. Everybody when they high like to learn something. You feel me? At least that's how I be. And right now you just learning about what the fuck going on in the world, gang. Cause I mean, where else you gonna find out real nigga news like this? That's Iran getting they definitely getting blown the fuck up. That's bad. Fuck is going on there? Oh, here we go. Now you got AI Netanyahu cooking up some bullshit. You at work, sadly. So, man, it's all good, gang. Just, gotta clock in, gotta get that bread. I feel you.
Because it's not obvious. Churchill called it the slumber of democracies. He said democracies go to sleep and they can only wake up with a jarring gong of danger. It sort of wakes them up. Well, it may not wake them up because Iran has been pursuing nuclear weapons and the means to deliver them to Washington, to New York, to Los Angeles and everything in between, and to London, Paris, and Berlin. And nobody woke up. And I've tried to say that to them. Well, I hope they're waking up now. But I'll tell you one man who woke up. He didn't need waking up. It's Donald Trump. Yep. He said 40 years ago, he said Iran is the great danger. When they took over hostages at the American embassy, he said this regime has to be confronted. He's talked to me about the need to prevent Iran from having nuclear weapons. He was very clear on that. He walked out of the disastrous Iran deal that paved Iran's way with gold towards a nuclear arsenal. If that deal had been consummated and they hadn't walked out, they'd already have nuclear weapons with international as will.
Man, this nigga bragging on cam how he can just coerce Trump to do whatever the fuck he want to do. That does not sit right with me, son. Shit is crazy. Uh-oh, new Charlie Kirk news just dropped. Bullet used to kill Charlie Kirk did not match rifle allegedly used by suspect Tyler Robinson, new court filing claims. AKA, we would be right again with our conspiracy. I ain't gonna lie to you. Let's see what's going on here. It's Von. I appreciate the super chat, my boy. Only way I learned my guy stay in school blowing dank. Stay fly. I'm gonna rewatch when I punch in. Say less, my brother. I appreciate you pulling up, gangster. I truly do still think that BB the Bomber is dead, bro. Whoever just asked that. I think all this shit is like, I told you. Once I see him like really in a live interview or like coming to the U.S. again and giving Trump his instructions, I'll believe it. But until then, I think they will do anything because this is a religious battle. And for them, they need him to be alive for their Messiah to return because he's the one that's leading all this shit. They think that everything is happening through him. And if all of a sudden that nigga's dead, then your whole entire battle just gets cooked. So let's look at these new filings here. Because I think everybody in the world at this point in time knows that Charlie Kirk was not just killed by this Tyler Robinson dude. We all know that there was way more shit going on, and that clearly he was taken out because he was the right-wing support. Everybody on the right wing fucked with Charlie Kirk. And he had this generation of below 25 on fucking lock. And so basically they rocked with what Charlie rocked with. Once he started saying fuck Israel, and once he started saying fuck going to war with Iran, I'm America first, and I'm not trying to just give my money to a country that's committing genocide, margin of error, you guessed it. Death. They move, groove, vibe, slide in the swiftest of time. And they was iniquitous with it, as we know. And he was obviously talking about it. He had a feeling shit was about to go left, and he was right. And so now his wife, ex-wife, basically his honeypot, been acting very suspicious. But more than anything, it's the rest of his crew that acts really weird. Where it's like, okay, ready? Look at this shit. Right? Look at these weird niggas. So if you go to the Charlie Kirk show, right? First off, they just still using his name. Everything. Right? Or okay, boom. 3 months ago. Using his face. Addressing Candace. Right? Because right now their show sucks. So even if you go to his shit, no kings, no brain cells. Look, their YouTube is falling the fuck off. And the only type of traction they get is when Candace Owens talks about what they're doing. Where it's like, okay, let's take a look. 5.72 million subscribers, right? This is a video from a day ago. 8,000 views. Where it's like, our community right now that we've built is more engaging than these motherfuckers. Right? And so all this shit is falling apart. And the way all of these guys have responded has all been super defensive, where it's almost like they either knew about it or they had something to do about it. Right? And Charlie was also one of the biggest, like somebody just said in the chat, he wanted them Epstein files out. And so this was a guy that was expendable. They thought, at least. They didn't know that so many people would not just accept that this dude Tyler Robinson did it. They thought we'd just be able to like, okay, this could cause a bunch of tension. This will cause the right and the left to hate each other because we can say this is a left-wing dude and that he was the one that took Charlie out. And that shit backfired in the worst type of way because if anything, it brought left-wing and right-wing together because they're like, nah, that was weird. That shit don't make no fucking sense. You feel me? You think the Ayatollah's dead? Yeah. Or like in a coma. Like the son, the Ayatollah's son, I don't think. The way they be talking and how prideful they are, he would be on camera. Or he would be in the streets and shit like that, ego-wise. But I think because he's critically injured, he's still their leader because that's what they do. It's secession / they voted for him. But I definitely think it's probably over. So the bullet that killed conservative commentator Charlie Kirk did not match the rifle used by suspected killer Tyler Robinson, a bombshell new court filing states. Robinson, 22, is facing capital murder charge and a potential death sentence for Kirk's murder. But his defense attorneys now argue that the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives was unable to identify the bullet recovered at an autopsy to the rifle allegedly tied to Mr. Robinson. The defense team now offers the ATF firearm analyst testimony as exculpatory evidence, they said in a motion filed on Friday to push the preliminary hearing back at least 6 months. So you see how they're trying to push this shit off, right? It also notes that the DNA reports filed by the federal FBI and ATF take time for the defense team to analyze because reports indicated that several different DNA was found on some items of evidence. AKA meaning it's been passing through hands. Because basically, if you don't know the lowdown of the Tyler Robinson shit, right? They want you to believe that this man put together this old school ass gun from his grandpa that he's never shot before, goes up there, Chris Kyle's his motherfucker, or the White Death, Seymour Hire, takes aim, one shot, perfect, jugular shot, kills bro, jumps off the shit, takes down the rifle, but then for whatever reason rebuilds it once he's in the forest and they find the shit completely built back together again. Right? Do you understand how fucking insane that sounds? Where in reality, it makes a lot more sense that Israel just wanted to take this motherfucker out because he was going against what they were doing and going against the donors. And so, as these cases indicate, determining the number of contributors to DNA mixture and determining this, that, and third, Robinson's attorney added that they have received about 20,000 electronic audio files, videos, and written documents that prosecutors have presented as evidence in the case. Interesting. Oh, that's it. Crazy.
Counting or not counting gang violence.
All that for his dad to snitch, right? And even that doesn't really make that much sense. You feel me? Where it's like, the defense team is devoted and will continue to devote significant resources to processing and discovery, including identifying materials not yet received to inform. However, the defense team is realistic and the comprehensive review required to determine what is missing will take hundreds of hours. But if off rip they can't find the bullet, because like, look, recognize his own father's gun in the images released by police mid the manhunt for, like, they say he put this bitch back together. Because when we see him jumping off the roof, there is no gun that's like that. And it's not like in his waist, it's not anywhere. And this was, he had this trans thing because they had to post it, they had to connect the trans dot and get everybody to hate that person. But I might have to, this was the craziest bullshit, bro. Talking about he's texting, I might have to abandon and hope they don't find Prince. How the fuck will I explain losing it to my old man? Only thing I left was the rifle wrapped in a towel. Who the fuck texts that after murdering somebody for the first time? Right? Like, who in their right mind would ever say some dumbass shit like this? And the kid is 22 years old. How will I explain losing it to my old man? Like, nigga, what? Who the fuck talks like that at that age? Due back in court April 17th when his defense attorneys and prosecutors will continue to debate the issue of allowing cameras and microphones in the courtroom. Attorneys have previously noted that pretrial publicity reached as far as the White House, with President Trump saying shortly after Robinson's arrest that he hoped he gets the death penalty. They're now expected to show evidence in the hearing they believe contains harmful and prejudicial media coverage of this case thus far. But Kirk's widow, Eric Kirk, has called for full transparency and coverage of the trial. We deserve to have cameras in there. She also publicly forgave Robinson for... I don't buy none of that shit. The moment you disassemble a scope from the rifle, the zero is gone. Smack, man. See, that's some information I didn't even know. But I'm just saying since day one, as soon as this shit happened, nothing made no sense. Because even having the guy in there that for whatever fucking reason just shouts out and jumps up and says, oh, I'm the one that did it. I shot him. It's like, what? Who does that? And for what reason? You say, I wonder with AI, will video evidence stop being a thing? I mean, no. If anything, it will start to be used as being a way to incriminate people. And kind of, honestly, like, fuck everyday Americans over. Where if they want to capture somebody, if they want to fuck somebody over, all right, let's make this AI video where this person cannot fight back and they can't do shit. So now we can cook them. But what are they going to do? It's like, bro, AI is either going to be the best thing that happened to us or it's going to be the end of this society. And I really don't think there's any fucking in between, if we being honest. For sure, there's no way he fire an M16. He's in Australia too. I mean, good enough that shit gonna be scary. Yeah, so conspiracy theories out there saying the lapel mic was explosive. I've seen that, and honestly, that wouldn't surprise me because I mean, what is Lebanon? I mean, what is Israel's greatest thing that they've done and always brag about is the fucking pagers, and so I could easily see them infiltrating an explosive into a mic because it was either like the bullet didn't go all the way through, so something fucking happened. But you don't see in any of these videos, you really don't see a bullet come through. Where it's like, I understand, obviously, bullets move fast as fuck. But you would think somebody would capture the shit happening from one of those angles that they have, shooting in 4K from all these different angles. You would think you could, like, mixture out the shot from somewhere. But, like, I don't know, bro. So, Trump's even bragging about the shit that we hit in Iran. So, obviously, this is going to be something big. Now, that looks like it's some sort of plant. Which cannot be, that's not a good sign. Because that means Iran obviously is going to fight back. But I guess we're going to see what the fuck we just hit, I guess. And we got the Department of War. Operation Epic Fury. Press conference, 8 a.m. Eastern, so 5 a.m. my time. I may have to get up early to see what Henny Hegseth talking about. I know he's going to be spewing some bull fucking shit. Witnesses have captured intense U.S. Okay. A city around with a population of 2 million people and home to the... So they think we blew up an air base. And this after all these negotiations here, negotiations there. All right, nigga. See, now this is what I want to know is how many people have they truly killed? Because whenever he gets on here, he's like, okay, he said they struck 5 bases, military targets across occupied Palestine, and U.S. Zionist radar stations in the UAE. All of them have been hit. Where it's like, hold on, like, nigga, what the fuck? God damn, that really is a big ass fucking explosion. At that distance, the 30-06 round is going through you. Facts. I definitely saw that, and people do recreations of that. And I appreciate the super chat, my boy. I saw people do recreations of the exact shit that when it happened, they used that bullet, and niggas' necks was getting taken off. Where I was like, nah, son. You could say Charlie had a strong bones or whatever. Fuck no. Yeah, I mean, how many people died in this? Like, if that... You know what I mean? Like... I know it looked like a base, but like... Are there homes over there? And what was the... It's a whole different city. But that's the thing. That's why I discovered is that it doesn't really matter what we do because we don't really get held accountable for anything. I mean, the very first day we actually blew up a school with 185 girls in it and nothing happened. So ever since then, I was like, oh shit. So we just like play by completely different rules than everybody else. Am I doing stand-up in LA soon? Maybe. I don't know. I'm really just been trying to plan out this tour. And the way they be doing stand-up out here, like, I love performing, but they're also very political of, like, what they want you to do. And, oh, you gotta do this, you have to do this, but you can't record, you can't post videos from here. That's what made me really start going hard on the internet. Because I was like, why can't I post my jokes from this shit? Well, because we have the right to the content because you're performing here. I'm like, man, that's just fucking ridiculous. Strong bones, my ass. He had big gums and little teeth. Nah, smack me. That's a fact, bro. On God. That's exactly how I was feeling. hey, what's happening? You know, we just going over what's going on around the world currently. You know, catching people up on what the fuck is happening. Where do I get my information from and how do I fact check it? Honestly, Twitter is very good for being first, right? So if it's something like this, what did Iranian engineers do? Crazy video. We've seen this video before of they missiles Eurostep and shit. But between Twitter and TikTok, a lot of times you can get some good shit. But then obviously you just have to go through your due diligence. And then so you can go cross-check it with different type of news formats. You can go online, cross-check it on there. But I would definitely say that as much as I hate dweeb-ass fucking Elon, this is usually very good to get the first videos out there. Waterbong, I appreciate the super chat. Hope North Korea doesn't give Iran a nuclear weapon. Man, hell no. That doesn't even make... I mean, I get what you're saying, Waterbong, right? But, one, North Korea and Iran don't even fucking communicate or talk like that. And two, I'm not one of those people, right, that believe that it would be the end of the world if Iran got a nuclear weapon. I think it's faster us approaching the end of the world the way we're doing things now. Israel not gonna let me tour? Man, you ain't lying, gang. They probably gonna definitely do as much as they possibly can to not let a brother be great. See, and then even these videos do come out of North Korea, but I've always wondered, like, what is the purpose of these, right? Like, what's going on? Because at the end of the day, like, I get it, man. You guys are doing that's iniquitous. Like, that's unbelievable. Margin for error, you guessed it. Death. I would not want to see y'all in no, you know what I'm saying, hand-to-hand combat battle. That's insane. At no point in time would I want to, you know, like, nigga, what? My boy just headbutted his way through some stones. What's going on with this? This is taking Move and Groove and Vibe and Sliding to a whole nother level. And you just got to wonder why. Strictly for vibes. Because at the end of the day, this is drones and there's bullets. Niggas is getting shot. And niggas is getting bombed. So doing all this, that's great. But can you blow shit up? That's the real question. Night 101 Black, I appreciate the super chat. I think about this all the time. When will the U.S. be held accountable because we never are for these war crimes, using citizens as collateral damage? That's honestly a great question. And honestly, until somebody takes us over, basically, or until somebody becomes a righteous and honest and actual transparent leader of the president, like as a president, right? Where it's like, okay, now I can go back and look at certain war crimes and hold people accountable for what they did. Kind of like the Nuremberg trials, where it's like, okay, this is how you can hold people accountable. Somebody actually gets into the position of power that can then hold people accountable. Where that's what Trump ran on with the Epstein files, but then come to find out, man, what? Nigga, that's the only reason he wanted to be president, so he didn't have to admit that the files was coming out. He said, over the past 6 months, I have poured my heart and soul into this project. These niggas is crazy, son.
What?
You spelling bad as hell, you good, gang. Them boys ain't drone proof. That's what I'm saying, bro. That shit good. That shit cool. That's good and fun. But nigga, what you gonna do in a drone strike?
What's clear is that our debt is growing much faster. The federal government debt is growing substantially faster than our economy, and that ratio is going up. And you know, in the long run, that's kind of the definition of unsustainable. The level of the debt is not unsustainable, but the path is not sustainable. And so it's really important that we get back to, we don't have to pay the debt down. We just need to have primary balance and begin to have the economy actually growing better, growing more quickly than the economy. It will not end.
AKA, we are fucking cooked. This nigga's bugging. So the U.S. now has hundreds of special operations forces in the Middle East as President Trump threatens to take the oil in Iran. I've been telling y'all. Let's see what CBS has.
The war with Iran at a major new crossroads tonight. Hundreds of U.S. Special Operations Forces, among them Navy SEALs and Army Rangers, are now in the Middle East, CBS News has learned. And that's in addition to thousands of Marines and Army paratroopers also within striking distance of Iran.
And you have to wonder, what are you doing that for? If you don't plan on using them, what are you sending them for? That's my immediate question, where it's like, okay, most of the time, once we send troops somewhere, we use them niggas expeditiously, which I can imagine these niggas will be used sooner than later.
What that means is the president tonight has new military options, including potential missions to take Iranian oil, as he has threatened to do, or seize that country's stockpile of enriched uranium. So what's coming next? Let's get right to senior White House correspondent Ed O'Keefe, who's been following it all. Ed, good evening.
Tony, good evening. More than a month into the war, the president and his team are sending mixed messages. The president publicly optimistic about diplomatic talks, while also threatening military action as the Pentagon keeps sending more troops to the region. President Trump argues he's making progress in talks with what he calls a new and more reasonable regime in Iran.
We will probably, I think we'll make a deal with them.
But Secretary of State Marco Rubio is less certain about their negotiating partners.
If there are new people now in charge who have a more reasonable vision of the future, that would be good news for us, for them, for the entire world. But we also have to be prepared for the possibility, maybe even the probability, that that is not the case.
If talks fail, the president threatened to blow up Iran's energy sector and could use ground troops to try to forcibly open the Iranian-controlled Strait of Hormuz to tanker traffic, as oil surged to $116 per barrel overnight. That's up more than 50% since the start of the war. As hundreds of special operations forces arrived in the region, the blunt warning today from Iran: any American troops invading would be set on fire. So if an American sitting at home hearing him say, I want to talk, but I keep seeing them send troops to that region, what are they to make of what's going on?
There's two tracks here. The president has always said that diplomacy is his number one option and priority. So if there's ever a chance for a deal, again, the president is open to listening, but it does not deter him from focusing on the military objectives that he set out 30 days ago and that our military is continuing to achieve day by day.
Polling shows a majority of Americans oppose sending U.S. forces into Iran, as do an increasing number of congressional Republicans.
These niggas is tweaking, bro. We really got troops on the ground for no fucking reason. Smack, man, I appreciate the super chat. Bros over there right now. It's not looking good. Man, prayers to all the troops that, have to go fight a fucking meaningless war that has nothing to do with us. That shit is fucking ridiculous. The White House is plotting a massive surprise attack. Military experts confirm the U.S. is deploying advanced high-speed hovercrafts designed to completely bypass Iran's natural coastal defenses. They're preparing a breach sovereign shores without warning. See, now that sounds like a death match. Obviously this is a made with AI video. Watching the fake as fuck, hate doesn't sleep. You ain't lying about that, Andrew Chang. Hate is great at all times. So they're trying to say we're gonna do some undercover ships with tanks and then go boots on the ground into Iran, start bombing shit, use helicopters on some Venezuela shit, moving, grooving, vibing, sliding. You said you could barely hear me. And they think this is gonna be 1-0 deaths? I just don't understand. When you look at some shit like this, and you hear Iran is saying they've been waiting for some shit like this, and we really think we're just gonna be able to surprise these niggas? Y'all better be ready to dodge draft no bullshit. Facts. As soon as I seen them raise the age to fucking 42, I'm like, oh yeah, son. Shit about to get real. And like, I don't know who's making these AI things, but like, hopefully it's not the military government, because it's like everybody can see this. And so now I can imagine Iran is also like, well, let's just prepare in case they try to do a beachfront. Let's put some more mines out there in the sea and see if we can blow some shit up. Talking about some air cushion design. Yeah, all right. That shit sound good till you get up there and then you met with some fucking AK-47s. I don't understand. Did you see the anime AI video the Iran military released earlier about the invasion of Kirk Island? I don't know. Maybe. Probably. Talking about the one with all the caskets? $100 million drain. 5 minutes with flare decoys. God damn. So yeah, Iran is really just doing whatever the fuck they want to do. They all coming back in boxes? Shit. I hope not. You said it's a good YouTube channel, Mr. Art? Shit, let me know. Oh, you see? People are starting to post the... Oh, so he really actually posted this shit. TrumpLibrary.org. Oh, you already know. We have to go see what that is. TrumpLibrary.org. And he has the video. That's it, though. Important. If you wish to donate more than 10K, aka if you're worth our time, please click here. Now, let's just coming soon. So there's nothing being said. But let's you guys can still donate. And you know how many dickheads actually probably donate to this shit? Now, let's take a look. If you wish to donate more than 10,000, please fill out the form below. Let us know how we can help. But what if I want to just normally donate? You just, okay. You ready for 5K off the rip, though? Join us in building the Donald J. Trump Presidential Library Foundation, a lasting tribute to an American presidency that reshaped history. Your support will help preserve important archives, promote civic education, and inspire generations to come with a bold vision of leadership, liberty, and American greatness. Oh, so this is literally for him. Like, this is only for him. It's not like preserve the legacy, inspire the future to an American presidency. So that's very specific. Where it's like, no, it's just this presidency. It's not all of them. But this one, we got to remember. It was like, what? And does he think people are going to pay to go see this? You got to wonder. At least we're not paying for it? I mean, are we or are we not? Because, like, if he doesn't give it, it's going to cost $1 billion. So, who is paying for it? And then they give you an option to do a fucking monthly plan? No, facts. Exactly, Silver. That's what I'm talking about. Like, nigga, what? And we have the U.S. set for ground invasion to open Strait of Hormuz with Israeli intelligence support. That's basically saying, hey, man, y'all can go die. We gonna tell you guys what's going on. We gonna call you. We gonna let you know, like, yo, that shit over there is looking kind of spooky, gang. Good luck, though. You feel me? Nigga, what? Why don't you send some fucking troops? See what else BB, the fucking bomber, AI bitch ass had to say today.
To stop what they're doing, Iran is attacking the Gulf states to put pressure on America to stop the attacks on them and give them the freedom to develop their nuclear weapons. That's basically what they want. But I think it's boomerang because many of the Gulf states, in fact, say, oh, we shouldn't succumb to this blackmail because we'll be in a much worse place when they develop nuclear weapons and the other weapons that they want because that'll be the end of the Gulf states.
Oh my God. It's just crazy to me. He's been able to preach the same bullshit for 30 years, and now Trump's dumbass is the only one that actually fell for it. And then now he's going to try to trick his way out of shutting down churches by blaming other shit.
The old city of Jerusalem, where you have the
W Buno 05, I appreciate the super chat, my boy. I'd rather donate to you. Hey, that's real as fuck right there, man. We ain't building no Trump library over here, gangster. That's funny as hell.
Al-Aqsa Mosque, one of the holiest places for Islam, the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, one of the holiest places for Christianity, and the Western Wall, which is the holiest place for Judaism. And the fragments nearly hit the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. So as a result, the Israeli security authorities said, okay, let's take out the worshippers right now because they'd be hurt. There's no protection there. And that was a general instruction that applied to the Jewish places, to the Muslim places, and to the Christian places.
Just so happened to be on the most important Sunday, and fragments were found. This man hates Christians, but he tries to spew like he loves us because he knows he needs to keep the Christian Zionists in his pocket because it's the only way that they survive.
And that was the reason that a police officer on duty said, oh, okay, I'm applying it also to the patriarch. Now, look, I think that wasn't, I can understand the concern for his safety, and that was the only concern. There was no malice here, no bad intention, unlike the press reports. But nevertheless, I said, despite this concern, I gave an instruction immediately, the minute I heard about it. No, he should be free, the patriarch, to come with his party and perform services as he wishes. There's a risk there, and we're trying to minimize it. So I'm trying to get through the holiday season to try to get some worshipers to be able to worship in these sites, but in limited numbers, Jewish places as well, limit the numbers, so that if we have an attack, as few as possible people would be hurt. So it really is just the opposite. I mean, our goal is to protect Christians. Our goal is to protect worshipers of every faith.
Which is such a wild thing to say because they know people have videos of you guys just spitting on them. Or when they walk by Christian churches, spitting at the church. And it's like, who the fuck just oh, it's so confusing to me. Like, who he thinks people actually believe this shit. Even on the right, niggas be watching this shit like, yo, nigga, what are you fucking talking about?
And our policy has been absolutely pro-Christian, the complete opposite of the slander that is being foisted at us. You look at the Middle East and you see in every country the Christians are shrinking. Their number is shrinking. Right. They're oppressed. They're in very bad shape. Many of them leave. The only place where the Christian population has grown and the Christian community thrives, they serve
Man, shut the fuck up with all that bullshit. The reason they be leaving is because all the other places you be bombing, nigga. Everybody know that. Y'all bomb every other place other than yours. Best shit around. I appreciate the super chat, my boy. Real one, gangster. And here he goes with that fucking death to America shit.
Adversarial to you. But I don't hear North Korea chanting death to America. I don't hear China chanting North Korea. I don't hear Russia.
They love driving home that fucking death to America shit. It's like, I'm so over that same fucking rhetoric. From that angle, doesn't seem like a green screen. I mean, hey, I still believe that they pulling bullshit. But, maybe he's just hid away in a fucking bunker. But I'm still on Team BB the Bomber is dead until I see him with a real-ass live interview where people are asking him questions live in action. We need boots on them, not for real. See this Artemis 2 thing, man? Night 101 Black 2, I appreciate the super chat, my brother. Maybe a stretch. Moms feels like Trump is going to intentionally fuck things up and hide his in his bunker under the ballroom, just like Fallout on selling that in the world, just a thought. Oh, nah, I'm right there with you, gang. Man, what? He knows shit hitting the fan. I be watching Paradise. I feel like he preparing for the same shit where he's like, okay, let's build out a huge complex, and if shit go bad, at least we have, you know, some area we can walk around here underground and feel like this is just kind of like another home until shit boils over. But at the end of the day, it's just niggas just waiting for people to, you know, shit hit the fan. And who's gonna be the first one to actually, you know, shoot a nuke? That's the real question. And these people talking about this Artemis 2. I understand, man, like, it's cool because we're going to the dark side of the moon, but at the same time, like, I swear to God, I really don't give a fuck. Like, that's not that cool to me, gang. You go around the moon. Humanity returns after 50 years, and it's just like a lunar flyby. That's just not cool to me. Unfortunately, most likely really feel like the end is near. Too many things lined up with the Book of Revelations. Shit. You ain't wrong, bro. Artemis, that's what I'm saying, bro. How much does this shit cost just to do a flyby of the moon? Like, does anybody really care about that? And they talking about, oh, this is the first step so then we can get to Mars. Who the fuck want to go to Mars? Nobody wants to go to Mars. And if it gets to that point, I'm not going. Fuck it. I'll stick it out. I'll figure it out down here. Yes, Paradise hits. I'm ready for the new season. Oh, man, on my soul, bro. Them eight episodes just flew by, but that last joint was pretty good, though. I fucked with the season finale. I ain't gonna give too many spoilers away. I ain't gonna do all that. But that shit was good, though. You do have to check out Paradise ASAP. That shit is one of the best shows out there.
Heard about the discombobulator because I hadn't heard anything in that much detail since Halpern said it made everybody yak.
You know, there's a lot of directed energy weapons that we've had for a while, and we've tested them. There's some that can make you feel heat. You know, there's sound waves that can make you just freak out and discombobulate you. What exactly they're using and what was used in Venezuela has not been publicly announced. It's just one of those things that we have that makes it a big advantage, because when you are going into a place where the enemy knows where you're coming, you don't want to lead with your face. You know, that's a cardinal rule of door-kicking operations. Yeah. Have something in front of you for that. So that's why you throw flashbangs in a room. This is a directed energy flashbang to blow everybody's mind and hopefully get our guys in and safely back out.
Yeah, I learned that in boxing. What have you heard about the discombobulator? Because I hadn't.
These niggas is bragging about using weapons on people that for no fucking reason. Like the Maduro shit literally made no sense. Talking about regime change and shit like that. No, we changed absolutely nothing. Literally, the other person just took over. We're like, nigga, what are we even doing at this point in time? East Long sucks, you ain't lying. The U.S. Navy is in absolute panic mode. A naval expert reveals Washington is desperately strapping every available machine gun and missile defense system onto their massive carriers because they are terrified of unstoppable. Damn. The drone swarms are that bad?
Deck, 50 caliber M2 Browning machine guns are distributed at the bow and amidship
on
both sides. These are placed so operators can quickly respond to low, close-in threats approaching the waterline, filling the final gap in the ship's comprehensive defensive envelope. If the preceding method proves ineffective against small targets, another close-in weapon system, the CRAM, comes into play. The CRAM integrates the radar and electro-optical system with Fallings, but this bad boy alone packs an 11-cell RAM launcher that can be reloaded, thus creating an autonomous system that can engage threats without relying on external information. Within the CRAM is the RIM 116 rolling airframe missile equipped with an infrared homing device. This small, lightweight infrared homing surface-to-air missile is specifically designed for engaging subsonic missile. Closest to the weather deck, 50 cal.
I wonder how true that is. Everybody's making so many different fucking AI videos now that you never know what's cap and what's real. Discombobulating for people for fun? Nah, for real. That's exactly what this shit is like. Now I'm gonna have to make the North Korea video. 100%. Because, I mean, what the fuck? That shit is hilarious, bro. Some astrophysicists now theorize that our galaxy in the Milky Way spirals through space at 600 kilometers per second while oscillating on its axis as if flapping its wings like a butterfly through the cosmos. I've seen that before, but that shit's cool as fuck. Your power just went out in Sacramento. Damn, Buno. Appreciate the super chat, my boy. You didn't see I was live. My fault, Israel. I gotta do a better job of promoting the live earlier on so more people can like put it in their schedule of like, oh, we tuning in. But I tell you right now, tomorrow we tuning right the fuck back in at 5:30. We back like cook crack. Now it's actually real. We had several of them overseas and intercept mortars. Okay, for sure. Now I know that's real, but I'm talking about like I didn't know if we were actually strapping a bunch of shit on as of recent. Shout out to Milky Way? Nah, for real. See, this, I mean, I can't. That should be AI too. So these really are troops? See, even these videos though, I don't know if they, man, this could just be drill and entertainment. You don't, that's the thing, like, okay, like shit like this, right? Like I'll see a video, I don't know if that's actually them sending troops off to people. So I can't just use this video as like a fact that I can then talk on Instagram or some shit. It's like, nah, there's not enough details. This doesn't even look like the Middle East. This looks like somewhere in America. Not that I'm fucking Rainbow, but you know what I mean? Somebody really just tried to make fun of dude. I mean, I get it, but everything he been talking about has been real as fuck, nigga. So tripping. You have no reason on for YouTube, just didn't see it. Oh, I mean, you real as fuck for that. Looks like World War II footage. Facts. Man, what the fuck is that? This was in Lebanon? Nah, boy, that looks like a real fucking alien spacecraft, gang. Or Israel about to drop some new shit that they haven't put out yet. But I mean, what the fuck is that? And it's like, I be believing that fucking aliens, like all them shit, if they want to be seen. It's not one of them like, oh, damn, you caught us. It's like, okay, let's just reveal ourselves for now and they could see what we got going on. What the hell are you looking at? That's what I'm saying. What the fuck is this? You said fake news? Could be. Let's see what people are saying in the comments. What Ezekiel seen? Damn, they is cooking Hillary for what? No, it's not. Anyone who believes this hasn't read the Bible and also must be one day old because these videos are obviously fake. See? So, that could be fake. And that's the thing. Then I go to like this person's page. UFOs, alien, guitars, boom. Okay, so this person could or could not be real, but then you look, all right, so it's a Spanish thing, but you don't actually see the news site. So this could or could not be capped. Gotta take it with a grain of salt. But then you see some shit like this. Now this is fucking real. 100%. What? We got new robots dropping. You finna watch MLB or Men in Black? Oh, MIB? It's the MIB. Here comes Men in Black. They probably got tired of them other robots that be taking up too much fucking space like they do out here in LA. They be in the way of fucking all sidewalks. That's Ezekiel's wheel. That's what I'm saying. Man, I guess I could see somebody that would AI some shit like that. Pete Hegseth's broker looked to buy defense fund before Iran attack. There's no way this idiot is that dumb and would fucking insider trade on that large of a scale. A broker for Pete Hegseth, the U.S. Defense Secretary, attempted to make a big investment in major defense companies in the weeks leading up to the U.S.-Israeli attack on Iran, according to 3 people familiar with the matter. Hegseth's broker at Morgan Stanley contacted BlackRock in February about making a multi-million-dollar investment in the Assets Managers Defense Industrials Active ETF. People said shortly before the U.S. launched military action against Tehran. These motherfuckers are so stupid. IDF fund has risen 28% over the past year, but has not risen on the Middle East war, falling almost 13% in the past month. AKA, they probably were like, yeah, nigga, this not actually going to work out for as much as you think it's going to work out, so don't actually make this buy. You're a fucking idiot. That's in the Bible, gang. Heard about the latest dolphin news after the guy claimed kidnapping. Bro, I did hear about that, but I don't, man. I think that's cap. I think that whole story is fake for real. You said that, bro. You not reading your chat, man. I'm reading the chat. This would be a lot of chats. It'd be a lot of people. I can't read all of them. Keep in mind, government is always 40, 50 years ahead of technology. Yeah, that's a fact. That is a fact. Man, I'm so happy somebody made this video, because this is exactly what I'm talking about. How you going to say that you guys love Christians when this is how you treat people?
Has been absolutely pro-Christian. The complete opposite of the slander that is being foisted at us. You look at the Middle East and you see in every country the Christians are shrinking. Their number is shrinking. Right. They're oppressed. They're in very bad shape. Many of them leave. But the absurd thing is that we're being accused for protecting Christians and this.
And this is one lady's experience over there, because she's trying to preach the word of God. Look at that. And this dude's trying to say that their Christians are welcome in this country. You understand how that's a little kid that went and spit in a lady's face. You understand how fucking insane that is? This shit is crazy, bro. We getting into a crazy world. Can't stand the United States and Israel. That's what I'm saying, bro. We appreciate you for providing this space for like-minded saying of it. Come on, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in and pulling up, bro. This should be mad fun. Especially for me, where it's like, damn, I can actually kick in and chill with the community and we get to talk about shit. Everyone's comparing Donald Trump's newly unveiled presidential library coming in Miami with Barack Obama's trash can library. The comparison isn't even close. What an embarrassment for Obama. Trump's is stunning and unmatched. I mean, shit. I wonder how much did Obama's shit cost? Obama's shit. I'm not gonna lie though. Obama's that is if that's real, that is shitty. Like that's not a very good. You know what I'm saying? Another meteor sighting. See, and this is from NASA. The BB doc was insane, bro. Seen the footage of damage yeah. Planet Wall. We went over that video earlier today. Well, at least earlier in the live. We was talking about that for a little bit. But that shit is crazy. It looks like somebody definitely was fed up. And was like, nigga, we not going to fight or die for Israel. We burning this bitch up instead. And we going back to port. Fireball was observed by witnesses in the northwestern U.S. and Canada on the night of March 28th. Fireball first became visible over the Washington town of Wilkinson and moved northwest at 39,000 miles per hour. There's been too many fireballs that have just been entering our airspace lately that I don't understand where the fuck they coming from.
Shooting some content back. Everybody's Palm Beach.
This Palm Beach piece shit, I don't like this nigga, bro. Cause why are we making somebody famous? Why are people interviewing a motherfucker that's cosplaying as the most notorious child predator, sex ring trafficker of all time. That's not weird to nobody else. Like, to me, it's like, this nigga is not supposed to get no airtime. Okay, he went viral because he looked like the dude. It's supposed to end right there. Late night live for the Hob. Now, that's a vibe. Okay, it's Rose out here breaking shit down. I suspect it's a space attack of some sort. It's 3-Eye Atlas, bro. I mean, shit. 3-Eye Atlas, they did stop talking about it, and then it went behind Jupiter, and who knows what happened to it after that. But, I mean, nigga, something fucking happened. I'll tell you that. Now, we need to talk about this fucking Dan Hurley shit, though. Because if you are not a fan of basketball, right, the other night, honestly, I lost on my bet because of that shit. Because I had Duke with a parlay, and it was the last one I needed. And, you know, I'm thinking everything good and copacetic. I wake up from my nap. These niggas is giving up the lead. Hoeing shit. I see, bro, this nigga really passed the fucking rock. Like, it's 2-3 seconds left. You got the ball. You getting tracked. Fuck it. You either gonna get fouled or you gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like, you getting fouled or you 1000% can just, like, toss the ball straight up in the air. Why would you try to go and do, like, overhead bullshit ass pass, my nigga? Like, that shit had me so hot, bro. But this Dan Hurley shit, respect the ref not giving him no tech because he wild as fuck for this. Look how he seeks son out though, bro. He goes straight to the. This shit just happened. He looking at how much time left. Look, all of a sudden he no smiles left. He fine, bro, and locked the fuck in. Yo, this nigga is a demon, son. What the fuck? And then he go back to celebrate again? That's somebody that's like, man, stop fucking with me, bro. Again, what are you doing? 7.5 seconds, bro. 7 fouls. Let's see what he's saying. Look like he's saying, he not even saying foul either. He's saying trying to trap these niggas. 6 seconds left. I see like what you trying to do. You want to go over the top. But every single time, bro, you know you fake up and go low in a situation like that. That's the first shit that they teach you. Always use a ball fake in a situation like this, especially when you up with this amount of time. And bro took the moment like a motherfucker. And the fact that this nigga right here, his name on Instagram is Get Your Hand Up, and you not gonna put your hand up, and instead you just gonna look at the clock to see if he got that bitch off in time. Do you hear the buzzer? He got it off in time. From the fucking logo? Ah, son. This shit what March Madness all about. Money shot, nigga. Whoa, what the fucking goal? This is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life, though. Because any other time, you getting fined and most likely kicked out and teed up for this shit. But he knew the moment, and this nigga, what's going on, son? Fuck is you talking about, nigga? Yeah. Fuck. Like that, that's exactly the type of, yo, like, this shit crazy. I know Duke fans everywhere was like, that's a tap, what the fuck? Nah, bro, that's March Madness. That's the moment, and at least the ref respected that shit. But at the same time, that is a tech. You feel me? But it's just like, at that moment, you can't do that. You cannot do that. Yeah, he low-key wanted to kiss him. Nah, they was on some shit. They was on some shit. Let me tell you. What the fuck? Hey, man, I appreciate y'all pulling up and tuning in to another episode of the LJ Show, man. We ain't knew this, we chew this. This was another great one. Tomorrow, we back at 5:30 to talk about the news and life and World War III and what the fuck's going on, and we're gonna see if any, thing happens with the Strait of Hormuz. I saw somebody's email with the Discord, so I appreciate that. I am gonna set that up. Hayden University Discord is definitely coming soon. I'll put it in like the YouTube community tomorrow, because then y'all can like submit videos and submit content or submit links, so then at the end, like the last 30 minutes or like the last 45 minutes, we can do like different segments of like, okay, now I'm doing fan reaction type shit. You know what I mean? And so, Blue Falcon, you definitely is late as fuck, bro. We about to end this joint. But, we about like 2 hours, 20 minutes, you feel me? W Stream, I appreciate that, Marcus. You already know, man. Thanks for keeping you sane and informed. I appreciate you pulling up. I'm still working on your intro. Tune in. Say less plant. My email is always open. Damn, now I gotta get a Discord. Chris, don't worry, bro. If you ain't here with the YouTube shit, but if you want to, of course, pull up, man. You already know what it is. And come on, y'all know what that means. Ratty Young, what's good? My bad, bro. It's about that time. You hate the outro. Who? Real MK. I got the best outro in the universe. I don't think anybody can hate the outro. You said you 55, you not doing Discord? Ain't no wrong with that, Dennis. No need, my boy. I ain't mad at you, gang. Nothing wrong with that. You just pull up to this. Tomorrow, 5:30 Pacific or 5 Pacific. We're going to see what time it is. But, again, with that being said, you know what time it is. Shitting me? Run that motherfucking outro, y'all. What? It is time for that.
Now for a lesson. You may have heard these words before, but I'll teach you what they really mean. Go beyond.
Dreams do come true. Because at 2 a.m., when the world is quiet, the only thing worse than failing is realizing you never even tried.
This is my age. I'm in the prime of my youth, and I'll only be young once. Yeah, but you're gonna be stupid for the rest of your life.
You just gotta keep living, man. L-I-V-I-N.
Yep. I said it before and I'll say it again. Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.